in the building. Feet Black is in the building. It's a late night special report. I was checking out Sub Zero. He had a video tonight. It was a conversation about him and somebody else in Alpo. Um, I think he had the people confused because both voices were the same person, but that person actually had the content. He had the phone conversation, whatever the case may be. Back to Sub Zero. You know what I'm saying? The content was very intriguing, interesting, because we've heard stories about Alpo pressing Jim Jones in the streets. But when you hear it live and direct and how it officially went down, um, in the day and age of instigating, wanting to see somebody get punched in the head, your hope was popping, shake out, wrestle. Jim Jones might have did the right thing at that moment. Poe crept right up on him. So by him creeping right up on him, he caught him off guard. You know what I'm saying? Now this is what I mean. When you get caught off guard, it's a decision. Am I gonna live another day, or am I gonna live up to my hip hop persona? Now, I guess Jim Jones had to choose a side. Harlem Double. Jones had to choose a side. I'm either gonna tell him, yo, get off me, you a rat, you killed Rich, or are you gonna go, nah, son, I ain't got a problem with you, and walk away with the dignity and pride that you have left. Because there's nothing worse than getting slapped up in front of a crowd of people by Alpo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie to you. On the east side, there's a couple of dudes, he's a creep. He told you, the dudes is creep. They catch you on the dolo. 2 o'clock in the morning, you guys see this? Oh, God. You know what I'm saying? That's how these dudes move. So you have to be on point. We're talking about that generation. He ain't the only one like that. Like Randy Love was like that. Poodoo was like that. Rest in peace. Bam and them niggas. Damn and them dudes is like that from Carver. If you know Hootie Bang Bang, them dudes is dangerous, man. You say what you want to say about them, but they catch you at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, or even in the daytime. There's nothing worse than getting slapped up on 8th Avenue in the daytime. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would have talked about that. So he did it right. Oh, hold on. It had nothing to do with the killing instances. I don't think Poe would have killed Jimmy if Jimmy just said, "Get off me, you a rat." He just would embarrass him. But you don't want to be embarrassed by a so-called rat. You know what I'm saying? That would have flew around the planet. Yo, Poe put the Ming Naos on Jim Jones on 8th. Jimmy knew that would have been hard to come back from. The Rucker Park thing was all entertainment. And hip-hop beef going wrong at Rucker. But for Poe to slap him up ferociously on the Ave, no matter where he was at, I don't know what avenue, but he said he caught him on the side block. Dangerous, a dirty game, man. But there's a couple of dudes he stepped to like that. We talking crazy about it. That's why dudes stop talking about him. A lot of dudes stop talking about Poe because he'll creep right up on you. Yo, what's up? What you said about me? And a lot of dudes is older now. But back to the rap game. Now, people go, why, and how would he creep up on, exactly, like how would that creep up on him thing situation occur? Because Jim Jones has to be outside in the line of work that he's in. He's not like, Jimmy likes to interact with the peoples. He likes to be outside. He likes to go to the chicken spot on 12th. He likes to roll dice. He want to be in front of the bodega buying Lucy's with his men, buying Lucy's. So this is what happens with somebody. See? And the weird part about it was, you know what I'm saying? So the weird part about this is, he caught you where you hang out. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean. When you have a repetitive action where dudes can pinpoint where you be at, you know what I'm saying? That's how dudes creep up on you. He wasn't gonna kill Jimmy. Jimmy just said, "What? Get off me!" He wasn't gonna smoke him. He just was gonna beat him up. But when you beat him up, that would have involved people running around in crowds, seeing that Jim Jones got their hands of guard put on him by Alpo. It'd have been a dirty mess, man. So this is what happens when you're online talking crazy. But actually, he made a whole. I'm the ghost of Rich Porter, but rest in peace, this and that. And he let him know, listen, I'm just an entertainer. I'm just an entertainer, bro. I'm actually, I respect that. Now, the weird part about this whole story is, right, is that you actually shook Alpo's hand. You ain't. But we don't know about this until people talk about it in the streets. It's believable or unbelievable because you're able to get around it. Man, that ain't happened. And then, boom, he actually says it happened. So then it's like, oh shit, oh snap, this whole thing is deep. What I'm gonna say is, man, you gotta keep in mind what generation dudes came from. The names that dudes grew up around, the type of crimes that these guys was committing. If you really listen to the Wayne Perry paperwork, they was tying people up, kidnapping them, busting them over the head 8-9 times. These are dangerous dudes. These are dudes, the preachers, that have kidnapped you, throw you in the van. These are dangerous individuals. Dudes that didn't care. Yeah. So this is what I mean. When your favorite rapper be talking all this tough stuff and talking crazy, when you catch him on a solo dolo, they don't be one of them problems, man. It happens to a lot of people. Not just, but a lot of people that talk crazy and act tough. But my whole thing is, when you're making music, speaking to your crowd or even a younger crowd, you're telling them to be on go and be 050 and be on point. But when you get caught not being 050, yo, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Oh shit, Poe. That's just what I mean. Y'all gotta find some legal shit to do. Gotta find some. Now it's not been picking and choosing. You just catch dudes when you catch them on a solo dolo, and you know how that's. The funny part was in the story was he thought Poe was a fan. He didn't even know who it was. When he walked into the car, probably on his. Oh, know who I am now? What's up? Poe. That's what happens, man. So needless to say to be needless in a needless situation. We gotta pay attention to our surroundings. A lot of times we don't pay attention to our surroundings. This is why things happen to us. And that's legal or illegal. You gotta pay attention to your surroundings. Who's who and what's what. You can never have repetitive actions in your life. Nobody should never pinpoint where you hang out at. Yo, I know that nigga be at. Yo, I heard he be on 12th, 5th. Word? I would tell him around 2 o'clock in the morning, he pull up and such. Yo, you over here hit me. Yo, such and such is on the block right now. That's repetitive actions, man. Nobody should know you're aware, but you're supposed to stick and move. I should never be able to know what just 10, 20 minutes I could have to figure out where you be at. It's common knowledge, man. It's a dirty game, man. Sometimes we put the drops on ourselves trying to stay relevant to a certain crowd or individuals. Gotta be smart. It's a dirty game. The rules have not been tampered because lacking is lacking. Doesn't matter if it's a rat or it's not a rat or it's a snitch or it ain't a snitch. Lacking is lacking. It's not even a phone call. Dudes know where you be at. Yo, where's somebody right there on 5th or somebody right there on 8th? I'm telling you, so he come through, son. Oh, you right through, riding through. But sometimes dudes are just riding around looking for you when they know where you at. Oh, there goes son right there. Let me spin the block on him. Now look, if Jim Jones walked up on a car and didn't know it was Alpo, imagine how many other dudes that talk about Poe that was in front of him and didn't know who he was. So to know who Poe was, you had to know him. If we didn't know who Poe was, then he was Abraham. Dirty game, right? So even though Jones did the right thing, there's a lesson learned through this shit. When Poe pulled up on him, he even know that was Alpo. Like, the face looked familiar. But why should it be? Because he didn't grow up with him, but the face looked familiar. Nigga roll up on you, my name is Abraham. He the one for that shit. Yo, word, eh? Pay attention to your surroundings, man. There's a lesson in everything. Yeah, that's what they said in the joint. He didn't even know who he was. Just imagine that you made a song and what you gonna do to somebody, if you see him and how you wasn't jacking somebody, and then that same person right up on you. Right up on you, yo, son, what's up? You know who I am now? Oh! That happens to a lot of dudes, man. So now it goes back to the Abraham. So how many dudes met Abraham? The money nigga now. Remember, he wasn't trucks, spiders, big cars, big chains, minks. You had to know he was Poe to know he was Poe. And believe me, when some dudes see them in the clubs, they was, oh God. Some dudes were scared. Oh shit, we Poe here. No dudes talking mad shit about him. Oh, he's a rat, da. So you know dudes see him in the club, they scared. Oh, you don't want to come over here. Not because he was telling, he with the smoke. That's the temperature that he gave. I had to take it back when I'm listening to Freeze. Shout out to Deep Freeze, East Army, EA man. But he said, yo, he crept on niggas like the way Randy Love used to do to impress niggas. He was doing that in Wilson to shooters. Certain shooters that was talking crazy about him, he was pressing them dudes. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Those were his hours. Then I had to remember, when I used to be in Wash on 3rd Ave and Post would come through in that big body gold joint, it'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, just riding around the hood. You see me hit 3rd Avenue, boom. This is before they shut down the way to the D going to Cherry Park. So everybody be sitting there right there. That's where the money, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly, that's where the money was at. This is when the Brooklyn Cat was in Wash. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Aunt Murder. He was out there on them late nights with Jay Slade. That's who I was fucking with, Jay Slade. Rest in peace, J.J. Slade. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Your shit hit the like button, wake some people up. You know, somebody at work. You know what I'm saying? So I do remember nights when Poster come through 3rd Ave, his stop, holler at Jay. Yo, Jay, what's up? Such and such, yo, I'm out. Riding through looking. You don't know, he might have been looking for somebody, playing with his money. Yo. Man, son, because the couple of dudes he was getting, he did a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to tell you about an individual's business, but he was just doing a lot of things. Shout out to the TWB Washington boys, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. You was outside, you was outside. You got to keep it in mind. There's a lot of questions being asked. Yo, why Poe wasn't really around with Puerto Ricans? He was, he was cool with everybody. It's just that he grew up in a generation where a lot of his friends was African Americans. It happens. Doesn't mean he wasn't cool with Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? I was African Americans, just like some Puerto Ricans. It's just that the West Side is a little more different. You know what I'm saying? You got Puerto Ricans out over there, but it's not as heavy as the East Side. You know what I'm saying? But you got a bunch of Puerto Rican friends. You know what I'm saying? But you remember, these are old school cats. So, before the era, it was a different generation for them. Break dancing, graffiti writing, beating dudes up, robbing, digging pockets. Everything they did everything that dudes was doing in Brooklyn, they was doing on right around the way. Digging pockets, snap, you know what I'm saying? It's going through their era. Jumping dudes, robbing dudes with their sheepskins, gazelles, and all that. That was a little team that was doing that. Then you had dudes like Randy Love that was a little more experienced. Buzzy, you know, rest in peace, a little more experienced. Like, you had dudes that was a little bit more experienced. A lot of them dudes was getting their guns up. It's a different, it was a lot of money, it's different, a different game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to First Avenue, though, you heard? Kill it first. Shout out to St. Louis, Westside St. Louis, wifey. I just had to, because I said, you know what, man? Because this has to be said, right? And the only reason why I said Jim Jones get pressed, not because it's nothing against Jimmy, it's just, stop putting your music like you get caught lacking. You got caught, you didn't even know that was Poe. That's the part about it that's crazy. But why would you know? Because you ain't paying him no mind. And then he creep up on you, yo, you're a fan. But let's just say Poe was a little retarded in the brain. Say he was a little wicked. And he just started clapping or putting in some type of pain. Or he just sort of felt the need to embarrass you. Because remember, you dudes, he don't have to shoot y'all. He doesn't have to shoot. All he gotta do is slap one of you up in public eye. Yo, Poe slapped such and such for two down the block. That's like getting shot. It's just like up north, right? You got the big homies. It's not the big homie. Big. This guy was like 300 pounds. He got into a fight in the shower with somebody of the alternative culture. The guy with the alternative culture beat him up. Bing, bing, bing. Put the mean mouths on him. Clang, 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 clang. He had to do the rest of his bed hearing how a person of the alternate culture beat him up in the shower. So nobody wants that. That's worse than getting cut. Yo, son, such and such beat him up in the shower. Well, you know how dudes are remixing stories. But he did put the mean mouths on dog. His face was all tossed up. I was like, bandito. Bandito, bendición. Like, what happened? Before he snapped, because his face was all pussed up. He was like, I told him to get out the shower. He just started swinging on me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the boyfriend getting cut. So Poe knew his offense and his defense. He ain't stupid. You gotta shoot these niggas. Let's slap flames out of him on the avenue. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. They don't want that name. Yo, son, choked him up, threw him against the wall. Salute, salute. You don't gotta shoot everybody. It's embarrassing. That's the era he come from, the embarrassing era. Some dudes you gotta bring the pain to, and some dudes just slap him, mush him, shut up. I told you, man. Like, yo, come on, chill. That right there, you know what I'm saying? Yo, come on, sorry, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Slap him again, boom, what I told you, man. That's all he had to do. Nobody wanted to get slapped by him. That's why nobody was like, yo, son, that's all right. They hold your hand with the grip. See, this is what dudes used to do, right? I don't know if that's what this is playing, right? But somebody had in their mind that they was gonna slap you, right? My man said, grab your hand, hold it tight. So you like, what's up? What's going on, man? Out it out. And if you say some things, say, nah, what? I ain't bong, smack. What I told you, bong, what I. The slap was like getting shot. Because all Poe would do is, what? What you said? Open the car door, yo, come here. If you grab him, slap him probably. Yo, come here, boom against the car. They'd be like, yo, Poe was rough. Jim Jones thought he didn't want that for his career, man. Bad enough, this YouTube game is dangerous. Somebody would have filmed it, Poe dragging him on the avenue, slapping him, kicking him in the head. His career would have been over, but then he would have been the one guy to get hands and feet put on him by Alpo. He'd have been forced to get his gun. You know what I'm saying? He'd have been forced to shoot in the air, for some type of working. So what I'm trying to say, man, you gotta be on point at all times. See, look, dudes get caught lacking. They don't have that same energy. You got them drugs in you, you've been smoking weed all day. Hell yeah, you smoking weed all day, dudes are popping them pills. They start leaning off, whatever they into. I'm not saying Jimmy into all that, the downers and all that, but you start getting high, you hype, and you're not paying attention to your surroundings. You comfortable in your zone, dude riding by looking at you like this, watch this. Yeah, it was pop, it was good. But then you're fair, yo, this. You know what I'm saying? It do what it do, man. And I'm gonna tell some of y'all, man, find some of this legal shit to do. Don't get caught lacking. See, everybody get caught lacking. Jim Jones got caught lacking. Poll was. I'm actually listening to the conversation. To two people. Because Zero played it. And then the person who actually, you know what I'm saying? We gotta give him his accolades. The person who actually played it, y'all know who played it. You know what I'm saying? But he had the content. But Freeze has had two people in my brain mixed up. It was the same person. Son wasn't hating on him. He just, yo, son, he don't know. He from, where the hell he from? He just asked him a question. Yo, son, you know such and such? Boom. You know what I'm saying? He don't know. It wasn't like he from the east side, from the west side of Brooklyn or something. He don't know. That's like asking about Fendi and Nicki. Like, yo, how was Fendi and Nicki cool? What made them cool? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he don't know. You know what I'm saying? He just trying to figure this out. You keep saying his name, you cool with him. I don't know you really cool with him. So it wasn't really no disrespect. But you know, some dudes, I don't know, he didn't realize he shot him out in one verse and boom. And that happens, man. But what I'm gonna say though, he got some dynamite information. You know what I'm saying? I'll give him that much credit. He got something that nobody else got. Somebody else may have some other shit, but he has a lot of questions and answers he asked him. A lot of questions, Q&As. So, with that being said, you see how that works? Jim Jones. Now, Jim Jones got pressed by Alpo. Like I said, I don't think Alpo would have killed him. Alpo just slapped him. He just slapped him, man. Here, come here, stupid. Holla at you fast. Bang. You know what I'm saying? Now, Randy loved Poe. You know what I'm saying? You can't take the love. He loved him. You know what I'm saying? People get caught lacking all the time. Randy loved Alpo. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes actually love him. You know what I'm saying? They know he went bad, but they knew he went bad back then. This isn't new that he went bad. They love him, man. These are his friends, man. These are the dudes he grew up with. These are the dudes that trained him. You gotta think about in their generation, these dudes was robbing dudes. These was not petty thieves. These was real stick-up kids. You know what I'm saying? These dudes might have caught 30, 40,000 on a heist. 50,000 a brick. Remember, we talk about allegedly they was robbing spots when Grizzlies was $100 a gram. So imagine, you kick open the doors, you catch two birds, you won. These dudes wasn't hustlers until, but even when Poe transitioned to the west side and started getting money, Randy Love is still Randy Love. My man, Randy Love Walker, like dudes looked up to Randy. Randy was like he was like the ultimate thug, First Avenue. Randy Love. There's a couple of names that was in that level of I'm not playing with. He was nobody to play with in or outside of the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, yo, Randy Love was Alpo Little Man. Alpo was Randy Love Little Man. But then you had Buzzy in them too. That was Merciless Ming and them niggas. Those niggas, all them niggas was trained by dudes like Randy Love. First Avenue was dangerous back then. You talking about when Killer First was Killer First. Dudes was dying in the back of the projects. We talking about First Avenue was crazy. You had crews allegedly like Raw Deal, Parole Valley, allegedly 105th and all that. Those blocks were dangerous. It was different blocks. And if I'm wrong, y'all can correct me in this shit. You had niggas on 2nd Ave. You know, rest in peace Nelson. You had them dudes on that side. On 2nd. You had Richie Cotto, West, you know what I'm saying, allegedly in New Metro, the old Metro. Yeah, these dudes went to jail for bodies. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes went to jail for homicides. That whole little circle is dangerous. So these are the dudes that grew up under. Salute, Corey King, salute. These are the dudes that Poe grew up under. Remember, I'm from Wash. In my projects, we had Poodle. You know what I'm saying? We had Jay Slade. Jay Slade was crazy before Jay Slade started getting to the money. You know, Jay Slade was throwing guns in niggas' faces, all that. You know what I'm saying? Zash TFT, right? Blake TSC, you know what I'm saying? TFT Cash. You see, he's one of the Cash Warriors. Gatto. Those are the dudes that grew up under Cash. Cash TFT. The TFT crew. All that was, you know what I'm saying? That's all East Side shit. Des, TFA. Slaying them niggas was goons. They was goblins. He was writing graffiti and doing whatever he was doing. But Randy Love was the ultimate, like, he stood out. A couple of names stood out. Like Buzzy and them stood out. These dudes was handling their business. For East Side cats. For East Side cats. These dudes was handling their business. These are the dudes that call to remove a nigga off a block. Remove the competition. This is how dudes is removing the competition. Removing. Yo, we want that block. What? Here. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of dudes that was outside. We can't forget about some of them niggas on Lex Ave, past 106th Street. I'm not gonna say the blocks, but if you was outside, you know what I'm talking about. Dudes that was past 106th in that corridor, from between 106th and 110th. You had dudes that was out there getting crazy. Dudes is robbing dudes. We talk about when Grizzlies was $100 a gram. You catch a bird, you think about this. It's 1,000 grams in a brick, right? $100 a gram. What's that? You know what I'm saying? You book somebody, you can sell it for the low 70 and still kill them. What dudes is doing, taking it to the top. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the goons, a lot of the stick-up kids, they was transitioning to getting money. A lot of the gorillas. Y'all know Papa from 100th Street, they was goons before they got money. Papo, Coco, 100th Street, First Avenue. That been they block till they caught their case. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? 25-year run on the block. Went out of town, came back to that same block. 100th Street between First and Second. You know what I'm talking about. If you was outside, you know what I'm talking about. We had certain goons and goblins. The newer generation after them was the twins and all that. The twins and Benji and them cats. Those were like the newer names that was running around, whatever, allegedly doing what they was doing. A couple of other good names. Niggas named like Boogs and them. Boogs and them was goblins before they really started getting to the bag. Boogs from Stinking Lincoln. Some of you might know him as the Big Double 9 gangster, allegedly. I gotta say allegedly because I don't know what activities he's into, and I won't put his name in nothing crazy. But when I met him, he was fucking with a couple of niggas, and niggas was like, the conversation that me and him had was some serious, real nigga shit. But the shit that his name popping up in, you know what I'm saying? Free books, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of times, these niggas was embarrassing niggas. It wasn't just, I mean, if you got a handle, you got a handle, that's what they call for. But a lot of times, motherfuckers just punch the shit out of you. Punch you in the face, slap you, yo. Because, you know what I'm saying? And that's the era he come from. He know Jimmy a rapper. I'm not gonna shoot this nigga. You know what I'm saying? He running around with a $1 million with jewelry on. If I snatch his chain, I might catch a robbery. If I slap him, I might catch an assault charge, but he don't want me to slap him. That's why he pressed him like a G. That's what them dudes do. Yo, come here. Yo, you call me rat? No. Not call you. You got me misconstrued. Niggas be like, yo, you got me mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, son, man. No, you my nigga. It's true, a lot of niggas hated him, but a lot of niggas on the inside loved him. He was like the guy who made it. With at least on his black side. The guy that made it amongst us, he blew. He was like a rapper. He went to the West Side, went to DC, became a fucking. And these dudes was like, yo, like dollar bill niggas was like, yo, this guy's God. When I was on First Ave, 9-1, a little bit of 9-2. Right? You couldn't even sell krills in East River. I don't know who went to the tables that had this meeting, but you couldn't even sell krills. Where White Castle was at, allegedly, dudes were selling dimes of blow, of salt, for legend. Right across the street. Some niggas in the projects. A lot of them dudes that was sticking with kids that was smoking wool, smoking dust. A lot of dudes was waterheads. A lot of dudes was dope fiends, sniffing dope. A lot of them dudes was transitioning to blocks. If you was on 101st Street in First, you know what crew was over there. I don't have to mention it. You know who was over there. You know what I'm saying? I was with my cousin on them, Sweets and Ron G from East River. My man Tommy from Fort Greene, he was with us too. I brought him to the East Side. Free Tommy. He be in Albany. You know what I'm saying? He called his last case in Albany. Shout out to the 518. Yeah, I had him in East River getting money. Brought him back. I brought him down to, I brought him down to Manhattan, met my family. Yeah, because that was that generation, that era, before they started getting money. A lot of them dudes were smoking Zubang. See, Zubang is coke and dust. Take it to the moon. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes cleaned up. They started catching these robberies. Dudes started cleaning up. So now you get this new drug out. Let's go. The plugs was there. The managers there. Hey, let's get some money. King Abel's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Salute. King Abel's in the building, man. That's how it was. A lot of them dudes was cleaning up. My cousin, Ron G and them, they was cleaning up. They was, 2 summers ago, niggas is fucked up. Them niggas is fucking with that water, sipping dope. That they come from that generation. I'm not saying Cuzzo did that, but that's that flow. A lot of dudes had habits. Jail cleaned them up. They coming home like monsters. They trying to get to the bag. Yo, it's a new generation now. I'm not gonna front. Certain trends began to change the game. Certain trends didn't change. I know in my projects for a half a blizzard, it costs $50. You know what I'm saying? So we had to go uptown in East Harlem. Some old niggas was acting funny money with us. Nigga, you want this, you want to pay $100 a gram for this. Man, I'm not paying $100. I go uptown. At most, I pay $20 for the Joey Buttafuoco. Shout out to 99 El Dorado for that drop. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Wise Blim is in the building, man. Shout out to 59 Blim Prime Time, you heard? Definitely shout out to Schenectady, Albany, Cho. Shout out to my man, though. Wise from Brooklyn, Fort Greene and all that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes was coming home from old habits. There's times I seen dudes at their worst. I remember when before JJ called his stay big situation, he was not doing so well. Definitely salute. But he came home in jail like a monster. And that's why I respect the respect. When he came home, Tone Lopez showed him love. His man, Tone, put it like this, when a lot of dudes began to come home, 89, 90, we had dudes like Tone Lopez who was in position. He was in position of power. You had the DDs. These are the dudes that, you came home, these are the Puerto Ricans looking out for the Morenos. Yo, you home here. Some garments, I got a slap for you. What you gonna do? That's how it was looking. We ain't see Poodle go to war with Tone Lopez. We ain't see Poodle go to war with ATM, Ant Murder. We ain't see JJ. JJ came home. He sat right in. He fat right in. I was there for that. You know what I'm saying? I was there for that. I was there. You know what I'm saying? You on New York time, but Graham, Tony Lopez passed away like a 9-2. 9-2 or 9-3 around those 2 years. 9-2 or 9-3. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember the situation. I was OT when it happened. I was locked up. And he was like, yo, such and such is a situation with Kenny Black. And them young boys, he had words with the young boys. And the young boys did whatever they did. You know what I'm saying? Official nigga though. I was there, 88, 89, 90. He was looking out for dudes. I remember when you had 100th Street, you had the Hill Ho, and then you had 100th Street, you had allegedly smoking, rocking them niggas. Yeah? Yeah. And that's why Poe felt that when he became aware of his deceptions. Poe is a Stickum kid, an ex-Stickum kid. No, all Stickum kids, you don't trust nobody. You have trust issues because this is their line of work. Remember, Poe just wasn't a hustler and just lucked up around a bunch of goons. He was a goon himself. He was a Stickum kid. He done lined dudes up. He done set dudes up. He done used his Latino language to set dudes up. So now you're getting money. You got to think the way a thief thinks. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he was always on point. Think the way a thief. You have to think the way what dusted a lot of these dudes off was drugs. Their addictions. They start doing sloppy work. Some may not want to admit it. I won't say I don't know if Poe ever sniffed dope or coke. I know a bunch of niggas in his crew was. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? When you come from that lifestyle, you don't change being who you are. That don't change you because you've been doing this so long. It's just like what we see with the gang shit, right? We tell dudes you a dub and they still want to be gang. When you be doing something so long, it becomes you. He was still his own animal. I don't know if he killed LA. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's like really, you know the best people to ask? West Side dudes that's like 50 years old. Because they don't know the true story from that part of Sugar Hill. Because they was there. They was around. Only thing I know is the stories we hear about the Wise Clyde and the situation, but you gotta ask somebody that really grew up over it. Because remember, LA, rest in peace, LA come from the dope era. You know what I'm saying? He come from the heroin era, so you know what I'm saying? That's a different era. That's a different ball game. That's a different type of money. You know, we always call the dope money grown man money. Because if you're in the right position with that, you really get bread off that bag. You know what I'm saying? That's real bread off that bag. That bag was serious. Think about how much you think a brick of heroin cost in '88. You know what I'm saying? You had to fuck with niggas. You wasn't open up a dope spot. Dudes had blocks and neighborhoods on Smash. That dope money was a different ball game. So you think you're gonna open up a dope spot on your block? You had to go through all type of politics. That's why a lot of dudes that was selling dope, they was only fucking with the same type of niggas. 4 blocks fucking with the same type of connects. The sun ain't out. Hell yeah, dudes are sharpening their tools up north. A lot of dudes that was getting high, going to jail for robberies, guns, and shootings. Or 1 and 3, they was coming home with me in their minds, taking projects, getting money. They wasn't getting high no more. A lot of dudes cleaned up. So then there's a lot of dudes that just fell. You know what I'm saying? When you see a lot of dudes up north, you be like, damn, why something fucked up for these dudes? Remember, these dudes come from an era when they was small, but a lot of dudes were stick-up kids. Even when you hear the ghetto, what's his name, Gato from Idawal, what he said, he was getting high. Remember the Latin King leader, Mr. Monterey? What he said, he was getting high. King Tone, I was smoking crack. Most of them old dudes was getting high first because they come from that party generation. That's the visual hip hop generation was a, you know what I'm saying? Debbie, salute to Detroit. They come from an era of getting high. Because that's the only thing that stuck from the dope era was the sniffing coke. And the smoking angel dust. Angel dust was a part of the culture. So now these young boys is, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They come from that era. Even the dudes that had the I think one of the dudes that had the Wild Cowboys, Lenny or the other one, Lenny's, one of the two brothers used to smoke crack before he started getting to the bag. A lot of these dudes were stuck because that was the era for that, the partying in the club and blowing smoke in the club, and it was crazy. That's when the game began. That's when the game became. Yeah, I'm saying, dudes was young and dumb savage. Exactly. Yeah. Now, what you said, now you trust no one. That's exactly what dudes was. They was pursuing of, and a lot of dudes were stick-up kids. A lot of dudes was goons and goblins. Because everybody couldn't hustle all day. A lot of dudes didn't have patience to hustle all day. So dudes found other grinds, digging pockets. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? I seen dudes clean up, get a lot of money, clean up. But we watched that growing up around my mouth. Definitely around my mouth. We watched it. We watched dudes that fell. And we watched the dudes that came up. And the winners that came up, they became winners. I remember used to rocking, smoking them on 100th Street. They was getting a little money over there. Yep, that was the hustle. Rob and blow money again. That was the grind. Then they went up north, and then there's this new drug that's popping. Yo, this cocaine shit is crazy. They popping it, everybody sniffing. The prices is low because it was easier to sell coke than dope. I'm telling you, you wasn't open up a dope. I'm not even telling you. You just wasn't. You wasn't open up a dope spot and not think somebody was gonna die. The dope niggas had shit on smash. I'm not saying that it was side blocks that just opened up without getting permission. That's the type of game I think you really needed permission to really say, yo, I'm on some dope shit. Like you really had to go sit down with a nigga. Like, yo, you just wasn't opening up a dope spot. Could have happened with a couple of good niggas, but I think a lot of that shit was, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit was. So now it's back to Jim Jones, back to the story, right? Jim Jones got pressed by Poe, and I think he did the right thing. Because you didn't have a beef with him. You just made a song, album. See, you never thought Poe's come on. And then when he pressed you, you did, but then stop making, in your music, just stop saying that when dudes press you, you don't go. Because then that's contradicting who you really are when you get caught lacking. When you say, I never get caught lacking, when you got caught lacking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because Poe wasn't going to shoot him, bro. Poe wasn't going to gun him down. He's going to slap him. He knows slapping him would have been more lucrative for Poe. Poe slapping Jim Jones would have went viral to the moon. You know what I'm saying? Jones did the right thing on that. That's the one time I can say he used his head. Yo, all that gang shit, all that other shit flew out the window. Not because he thought Poe was going to kill him. He knew if Poe would just figure out that car and said, once you sell little nigga, let's scrap, it would have been over. It would have been over. He'd have slapped the dude against the wall. That's what them old dudes did. They intimidated you. A lot of dudes was intimidated. When you see them dudes come on the block, and they, with that funny walk, you be looking like, oh, here this nigga go. Seriously speak, oh, here this nigga go with this shit. They're not talking to you. They're going straight to your boss. Yo, come let me talk to you. This how dudes is calling you. Let me talk to you for a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk to you for a minute. Yo, what's up, man? Like, Nah. We see it all the time. Dudes goes, you know what I'm saying? I be seeing it all the time. Yo, let me talk to you, man. We just sit there and watch. We watch the charades game. Yo, let me talk to you for a minute, man. Yo, what's going on, man? Nah, son, yo, son. Nigga, yo, I'm gonna tell you, you come from that generation, but you was just a fighter. Shout out to you for what I told you, the greatest slap of my life. I seen it. That's what these dudes do. That slap was better than him shooting. Duke never came back. I'm telling you, he's in front of the store. Duke tried to open up shop. Whatever the fuck he was doing. I don't know what he was doing, but allegedly he called this house trying to, I guess, get some money. So he trying to tell us in an aggressive manner how he getting money. So we like, what you telling us for? We nickel and diamond at that point. Like, I'm not taking the pack from you. You know what I'm saying? I think he was trying to recruit us to take a pack from him. But he already had bad business because he brought my man to Boston and left him out there for dead. So we already know he a piece of shit. Like, he a sucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? How you bring somebody from New York to Boston, some spouse, we talking about like 89, 90. So now he trying to, I guess he went to jail. He come back, he trying to come back to the hood like, yo, I'm back, and and he took that big money shit. Man, nigga, my man out there, if you left this nigga in Boston, nigga, you can leave us with that out here. So in his, I made a mad money last night, I took that crazy shit. You see my man pull up, skinny nigga with curls. He hit him with the Vida Loca. So he look, he go, yo, son, let me talk to you. So we like, oh, yo, didn't I tell you? I'm like, we're like, yo, he just came over here walking mad hype, talk about what this, that, and the third, how busy, yada, I'm shutting shit down. We're telling him, like, son, ain't gonna be that easy, y'all. What he gonna do to niggas? Son doing all this to him. So we like, nah, yo, chill. Yo, nah, it's not. And I'm stating, listen, I am surprised. I'm shocked. I'm like, my nigga, you didn't, but I'm here for the show. See, I'm gonna tell you about niggas ain't shit. I'm gonna be on niggas ain't shit, man. We was here for the show. So even though we seeing this shit like it's fucked up, but we gonna mind our business. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see how this shit play out. So we thinking he gonna throw his hands up. Oh man, fuck that, let's go. Remember, you was 120 pounds soaking wet, with curls. Then he look like the lost member, a new edition. Ralph Tresvant. Shout out to my man, you though. Nigga know how to fight, man. So my nigga, yo. So yo, he put the hand back. That's what I told you. That's why when I be arguing with niggas, I back up. He can slap the shit out of me. He up on him. He's just trying to talk his way out. At this point, Duke trying to talk his way out. He's not even talking, yeah, son, but no, But by that time, it was like, it got blank. The hand went back. Whew. And I was like, I hope we don't slap him. Please don't slap him, man. And the hand went to the moon, and it swerved. Whoa. And I felt the air, my nigga. And he said, because the slap was so official, it felt like his hand went across my face. I was like, whoo. I was Millie Rocking, before he was Millie Rock on every block. I was like, oh, this shit about to get real. And he went and he slapped him. And you heard, we thought he was shooting. He said, blah. Even the Puerto Rican in the store said, "Coño." That's when you know it's real. The Puerto Ricans in front of the store, them old niggas that played dominoes, flipping coke, drinking Bacardi, was like, "Coño." I was like, God, bro. Nigga slapped the nigga. So now I'm like, oh. It was like a scene from The Matrix. Then the hand went back again. And Bobby was like, no. It was too late. He hit him again. And then he just started scurrying away, slipping on the floor. The shit was like a dying or dying, like a scene from Diana Ross on the floor. He was scurrying his way from, and I was like, oh my God. So then Yo turned around and looked at us. It was like, yo, what up, little nigga? He was like the president looked at us like, yo, what up with y'all niggas? Like, come on now, no, come on, you stop that shit, my nigga. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm just trying to let niggas know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? But, needless to say, the moral of the story is you slapped him, and that was more famous than him shooting him. So just imagine, Alpo runs up on Jim Jones, the one-eyed Willie come by and film me. He got 30 bloods out there. He didn't even know it was Poe. Let's just say, hypothetically, Jim Jones says, nigga, you know what this is? You know how you have his little swag? Let me show you. Here go Jim. Hold on a second. Here go Jim Jones and Alpo. Hold on. Here go Jimmy. Here go Jim Jones. Now we know Jimmy must have been sober because if he was high, he'd be like, yo, what's poppin' 5? He'd be like, yo, what's poppin' 5? He'd be doing all this crazy shit. Nigga be like, yo, he likes him. He'd be like, you know who I am? Like, what you OG Max, son? Who you? Top Guns? Like, nah, this is Poe. Nigga, I don't fuck with niggas with 999. Then this is what would have happened. Poe would have grabbed him to the car. Into the window. Into the window. Glasses looking all awkward. No, let me go. Let me go. Poe, let me go. Poe, let me go. The glasses looking a little awkward. The hat would have fell. And then the one thing that would have happened that would have fucked everything up. The slap. That's not worse than getting slapped and getting pushed to the floor and the nigga driving off in the car. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, Jimmy. You chopped the ball on that one. That slap, but it probably led you to going to having at least a platinum single after that. That might have brought you back to when you had balling. Seriously, that would have brought it back. Yo, yeah, he can get out the car because that's why he had his hand for. He had his hand for that. Let me tell them old niggas, that's why I'm playing with them old niggas. He'd have dragged him down the street. He'd have embarrassed him. Let me tell you something. He'd have did this. He had his hand. And he'd have been like, what you said? Yeah, nigga been stupid on the floor. These old niggas be disrespectful. That's why niggas used to want to kill them niggas, but niggas were scared of them niggas. A lot of times, niggas are scared. These niggas was pure bullies since they was kids. I told you, type niggas that come around want to play too much. I remember that video we seen when 50 Cent threw Yayo in the bushes? Stupid shit like that. You get $1 million. You got this nigga, oh, here he go. He want to play. Niggas like to play. Niggas like to play too much. You know what I'm saying? No, but 50 Cent took, you know what I'm saying? He'd have dragged him in that street, embarrassed him. Jimmy Jones was like, let me go. Let me go. Yo, I'm not lying to you, my nigga. This is not fucking, y'all know. These old niggas be doing stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We're not fat life shit, though. Damn, Jimmy, you could have gave us that, Jimmy. You being selfish again. You gotta be called a rat, but you don't let a nigga drag it down the block. You bugging, my nigga. But you did the right thing in my eyes. But you're still annoying for the people. That shit was viral. You'd have been the hottest thing in the streets right now. Because they'd have had 30 remixes to Jim Jones gets dragged on the streets by Alpo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. A post slap is worth $1 million now. It would have been worth $1 million. I don't know. I just took a chance. So, Poe, yeah. This would have been me. He ran up on me at 2 o'clock in the morning, my projects. I'm a scary nigga. I'm like, oh. They say, you know who I am? No. I'm Alpo. No. I know I made a video that says you was soft and you was a rat, but that was jokes, my nigga. I was drunk. Like, but there's always a nigga watching and he'd have videotaped it. He got his worst. I'd have been at my worst. But I'd have seen that camera rolling, I'd definitely been at my worst. Like, let me go, Poe, let me go. Like, yo, that shit would have went viral. I would have took a slap for the cause. Possibly 2 slaps, but I definitely was running. That fat nigga wasn't catching me. Once I hit the projects, he ain't doing it for the gram. I'd be like, yo, do it for the gram. Nigga, this is, I told my man, nigga, Poe right there, yo, put this. I'm gonna tell you, the only other person that came across as an Alpo in that neighborhood that was sort of the worst was Hootie Bang Bang. Hootie Bang Bang. Long story here, short story. Allegedly, Hootie cousins hustled some guys I knew. And a disagreement went with the little niggas and they went and told Hootie Bang Bang. Hootie Bang Bang pulls up with him and 3 other goons. Or 2 other goons, how many goons? He jumps out of cars, he's grabbing people, he's hitting some people, he's getting physical. For the love of his little cousin. This is the shit that they do. Every nigga that fuck with Hootie, that they his side on, would die. You know, a lot of niggas say, yeah, that's my right hand man. 2 weeks later, rest in peace to the homie. What it do when the time came, say, oh, rest in peace to the homie. Rest in peace. Like, damn, so what happened? When over Hootie, the niggas robbed the block. Hootie a smart old nigga. He know how not to get caught slipping. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell did, listen, these niggas brought Hootie to Washington Projects in the D. Y'all brought this guy that bullies niggas out their money to help y'all run a spot. Yo, this is a true story. He's bringing all his theatrics to Washington. Nobody's picking on him, man. This is see, that's what I mean. Nobody's picking on him. What I'm saying is he actually did the right thing. But if he wanted to, he could have gained off of that approach. I already got slapped for the cause, but I knew I'm gonna go platinum. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Poe slapped him. Nah, nobody picking on him, man. Why every time he says something about Jimmy, he's like, niggas is picking on him? Why? Nobody's picking on him. He's a grown-ass man. The nigga, he should have made a tape called The Ghost of Rich Porter. And when Poe went up on you, you don't got that same Ghost of Rich Porter energy. Then he was like, man, get off me, man. What the fuck is you talking about? But he wasn't doing that. He said, oh, I ain't got a problem with you. Yeah, he the one that made a record, an album when the nigga was sitting in the plane and Ghost of Rich Porter throwing shots. Nobody told me to do that stupid shit. So the nigga pressed him, now he the victim now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, maybe Jim need to do that. But according to Paul Words, they had a conversation. Can't get mad at us. We're just. See, y'all assume that people don't like Jones when I really come by the first. It's not that. It's just that you can't have certain things in your music, but then when things happen to you, you get caught lacking. You're not the same person in your rhymes. Because somebody listens to your rhymes and take you serious by the lifestyle that you live on camera, and they'll really get smoked. Because it wasn't about Alpo being a killer. Alpo was not going to kill Jimmy. He just was driving down the block, you know what I'm saying? Embarrassed him. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling you, them niggas is pure bullies. Them niggas is bullies. His generation that he grew up in, they was like bullies, aggressive. Them dudes, when you go to the Chinese store, yo, what you looking at? That's the era Poe come from. When you walk somewhere and they walk in the spot with you, they looking at you, yo, what you looking at? That's the era he come from. You know what I'm saying? That's the era that he come from. You know what I'm saying? He just took it for a ride. That's what I think. He just that's why he grabbed his hand for that bullshit. He grabbed his hand. What you said? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't know Tony Hayes. I don't know. I just say that this guy was a clever. He was on his old school theatrics, and you know what I'm saying. You gotta him and his generation. He ain't the only one. Those dudes is professional dudes. These dudes don't like to deal with niggas like him because they don't shoot you first. See, a lot of y'all hear the killer mayhem shit. They don't really be that. They just do bully shit. That's what these dudes be doing, son. Yo, bro, that's what these niggas do. You go in the store, nigga, like, what the fuck you looking at? I don't know what you do. You talking about me? The niggas want to shake. Niggas will snuff you. That's the era he come from. That's the era he come from. The era. Them niggas he grew up with, there was some niggas that was on 2nd Avenue. We all went to the same liquor store. Every time we go to the liquor store, them niggas deliberately ask you, what the fuck is you looking at? You play. You talking about me? You know what I'm saying? Not to me, but I said, see how these niggas move. Niggas be walking by, yo, what's up? Creating shootouts over looks. These old niggas is different. His generation is different. So these niggas wasn't really, like, them slap you up, throw you against the wall, drag you. That's embarrassing. They like to embarrass you. They only shoot. A lot of times, dudes shot, niggas kill potential killers. Like, okay, I know he's gonna come back and shoot, so I gotta get him first. A lot of times, like Gerald Tisdale, when Poe went in a situation with Gerald Tisdale, he ain't killed Gerald, he just embarrassed him. So, you know what I'm saying? He really embarrassed him. He's gonna do some funny shit to the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I remember what nigga said he said. He told Gerald Tisdale, nigga, I'll kick your BMW across the street. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He said, yo, I'll kick your shit across the street. Before Joe called his fat bitch, when they was in the street together, nigga, I kick your shit across the street on 1st Ave. You know what I'm saying? This is Poe telling a nigga that. Nigga, what? Bum ass nigga, I kick your shit across the street. Who tells a nigga they gonna kick, what's that, the M5 or the M3 he had, the BMW, I'm gonna kick your shit across the street. These niggas be bullies, man. These are niggas you roll dice against. Now, cause Gerald was running around, I think, with one of his sons in the car. You don't know which one of his sons in the car. So Poe took offense to that. So he was really mad at Joe for that shit. Like, yo, we riding around with my son in your car. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But Joe used to come through first. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what Poe from 1st Ave. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to front. The goon for 1st, we would say is, what's his name? Randy Love. He was definitely a 1st Ave East River representative. Anything under his umbrella was a bunch of killers. Yeah, you see what niggas did? They way up. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that nigga's a bully. I'm telling you, we out there with my man Jay Slade. Rest in peace, Jay Slade. Jay Slade the same way, man. But he was a good dude, though. When Jay Slade in the money, but Jay still had that bully. Jay Slade go around the way and slap niggas and punch niggas in the head. That bullying shit. You know what I'm saying? Poodle the same way. Like, Poodle the only nigga I know that tells niggas on their block, I had work out here back in the days. He's like, what the fuck is you talking about? They be like, yo, how do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They be like, what the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's this generation they come from. For sure, old school niggas. Yo, niggas had workers and all that. A couple of niggas that was working for them. Yo, this is my block. I've been on this corner. Like, my nigga, when we played tag, you was in jail, my nigga. Where you had work out here? All of a sudden, niggas, these dudes went from going to trying to take blocks. So you gotta understand the generation he come from on the east side. There's a lot of notable guys. Yeah, these niggas are taking, think about this. Before the money game, they were taking dudes sheepskins. There's a bunch of niggas that stopped coming outside because of niggas like Pop, Alpo, Randy Love. Coco and all them niggas, because them niggas was real niggas. Take a gazelle, slap you. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of dudes, and I don't know. I never heard about them bumping heads yet, but I'm pretty sure they seen each other uptown. But niggas love Gangsta Lou, man. Gangsta Lou get busy. Like you can't be mad at Gangsta Lou, man. Like Gangsta Lou got hit up and didn't tell on the niggas who, you know what I'm saying? And the niggas who hit him up with some official niggas. He charged that to the game, my nigga. Like he charged that to the game. A lot of niggas don't do that. A lot of niggas like, man, I know such a and he got shot for another individual, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? They brought him through, and he got hit. You know what I'm saying? It's a dirty game out here. Principles been taken away. Feelings has, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that I know an individual that was involved with the situation. You know what I'm saying? They love Gangsta Lou though. That's why Gangsta Lou plugged in. He plugged all the way in. You know what I'm saying? It's just that one thing he said in the interview. Once he started tossing beats up, a lot of dudes fall back from you. Like, I don't want that heat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you don't want to be embarrassed by the nigga. Now, Lou was in a good position, but Lou always went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Gangsta Lou had a fucked up run. He always ended up in jail. Nobody want to be embarrassed by a pole. I'm telling you, that's worse than getting shot. Nigga pull up on you. Yo, what's up? I don't know. We're going to find out, Tony Hayes. That's the question. Let's see how that play out. That's the $1 million question. It's the guy who killed Poe. Because they're keeping this quiet. We're getting bits and pieces. Then we got Glaze, who for some reason got the guy a picture, and he's doing all the reminiscing. But it's weird because the average person that I spoke to around the way was like, yo, they was in parties. Poe introduced himself as Abraham. So you had to know who Poe was. You had to know who Poe was. My man said Zeke was at a barbecue, nigga come through. I know it's Poe because I know the face. That's what I'm saying, I know the face. I look at the face, I remember these little niggas. He just got, he got some size, that jail shit, you know what I'm saying? So he come to me like, yo, my name is Abraham. You said, no. He said, Poe walked up to him and slapped him and said, yo, you know who I am? And I was like, nah, why, what's up? He said, oh, I'm Abraham. No, he said, no. He said, he slapped his hand and was like, yo, my name is Abraham. And my man was like, nah, I know who you are, man. But you're going to be Abraham today. He said, yeah, Abraham. And he said, Poe just winked at him like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Abraham, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he was introducing himself as Abraham. So you had to really know he was Poe. So you took him out of his element. You had to know, yo, that's Alpo right there. So do we know he's still working? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't tell you if Poe was still working. But one thing I am going to say, though, is that bully me era is a dangerous game. Just imagine a dude that come from being not a low-ranking stick-up kid, but a high. Remember, these dudes was getting $100,000 heists and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now he's getting money now. But he's still the same individual. Slap you, throw you against the wall, violate you. Think about the things that Poe was doing before he even went to jail. Who has sex with somebody's girlfriend and put the tape up in the boat's rooftop? Other dudes that's getting money. Yo, son, I seen your girl on tape with Poe at the rooftop. Things like that, crazy shit like that. Who does the things that Poe was doing? He was doing some shit to niggas. That bully me shit. I ain't scared. This nigga, I slap the shit out this nigga. But that's where he come from, man. But he wasn't the only one on the east side. There's a bunch of other dudes that was getting busy. And you know, that generation, man. That generation. A lot of dudes want to be like Randy Love. Niggas seen the respect that Randy Love got in the streets from the bosses of the streets like that. Niggas respect Randy. Told you, dudes don't talk to the workers. They go straight to the plug. You be out there clicking, they go straight to your boss. Yo, where your boss at? You on the corner. All right. So you thinking your boss be talking crazy to you? He done roughed you up because you fucked $100 or something. This nigga go straight to your boss like, let me talk to you, man. You playing with me, man. Where my money at? Like, oh shit. Yo, come here. Yo, how much money you got? Yo, listen. You be sitting looking going, yo, that's crazy. You just told me. And that's how the streets started changing. You see dudes like Manny Love come around. Let me holler at you for a minute. Let me talk to you, man. You be sitting at your boss like, you cheering him on like, my boss is a real nigga. Then 5 minutes later, yo, go upstairs and give him the money in the bag. These dudes just giving it up. You know what I'm saying? So he come from that. He just happened to start getting money. Still the same dude, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why his story sounds different. Getting all that money, still doing stick-up kid shit. You know what I'm saying? Thinking like a stick-up kid. I don't trust his word. Think about it. He paid niggas. He was paying niggas just to be his ears to the street. Who was gossiping about him so he could snatch him up. Paying niggas, yo, Pogo, I got you. But you want 2 pairs of sneakers in the jacket, I got you. Well, what's such say he dead? You know what I'm saying? He was paying dudes just to see what dudes were saying behind his back. You know what I'm saying? That's real. You had a nigga go to the gambling spot here, take 2,000. Yep, the power was dangerous, man. But what y'all think? Leave it in the comments. I woke late tonight. I seen the content. I just had to talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? He was smart, man. He's smart. He was smart to the last moment. You know what I'm saying? When they caught him lacking. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, we don't know. He might be in Idaho some damn where. But with that being said, man, we just we gonna have to keep it tight, keep it right. Shout out to the East Side, man. Shout out to Deep Freeze, man. You know what I'm saying? The East Army, EA, man. That's what we do, man. That's right. Salute to my man China Brim, the 050, the movement. You know what I'm saying? That was a dope show. It's a dope show we had. That Clash of the Titans is getting classier and classier. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? In the building, man. Definitely. Shout out to Wifey. Shout out to Solid D and shout out to Harlem Legend. You know what I'm saying? Ron, 718. Shout out to Stack Stone. You know, Trife Gangster. I did my first Clubhouse 2 days ago. Check me out on Clubhouse. It was kind of popping. Well, now I don't know the other channel. Yeah, now I don't know the other channel, JP. The only other China I knew, he's from Queens though. He was getting money in Albany like in 88, 89. But he was from Queens. But that ain't the same China. He was getting money like from Brooklyn cats. He's in Queens. He's from Queens though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Gift from Polo, rest in peace Polo. He died in the car. You know what I'm saying? Only the China. Now he's China. He the real China. Everybody knows who China is, so double shout to China Brent, 050, the movement, you heard? You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, you know I gotta get ready to go to bed, man. Working all day, I just had to do this. I had to do it for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because, you feel me? Jimmy, you should give it some excitement, Jimmy. Let the nigga drag it down the block a little bit, but it's okay. You made the right conscious move, and that in the overall message, you did the right thing. You didn't sit there and allow a man to embarrass you. Definitely. With that being said, have a good one. Thank you for pulling up. Jones, boom. You had a chance to go platinum. I give him credit. Cloud Chaser would have went wrong. He'd have dragged him down the block, some real stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? He'd have like, That's what it, yo, that's what it fucking foul. Like, yo, but I'm gonna tell you one thing, that shit put the nigga on point. Like, oh shit, this creep nigga. Yep, exactly. Paying attention, always pay attention to your background. Pay attention to those that's close to you. Pay attention to your background. And in the words of Crown Court CV, find some legal shit to do. Shout out to my famous Latino. Shout out to Smitty Blim. Shout out to Wifey. Shout out to Avid Chatter. In the building, man. Yeah. Jones. Ballin'. But he'd have been, he was like, the weather report. You know what I'm saying? It'd have been crazy, man. Stephanie, shout out, man. Shout out to the people, man. Shout out to my people's Cuzzo on Foch, Southern Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? No chopping, all of my men black. South side to Queens. Niggas is outside, you heard? That being said, I shout out to my man Butter too. That being said, salute and peace.